heard this term, and maybe you could talk more about it because you'll be much
Hmm.
more articulate than I am, but this idea of gray rocking. So, right, somebody is presenting this particular emotional state or whatever it is they're projecting, and I tend to have a certain sort of emotional response to it. And so instead of doing that, I just sort of close it down and decide to have a different or try to work towards a different emotional response, which is just kind of blank towards
Yes.
whatever it is they're giving me.
Yes. This term is often coupled with going no contact,
Mhm.
right? They're very similar, but what they both imply is what? To distance yourself from this person.
Mhm.
And on my own podcast, and I've had many guests that I sort of get into this with because I don't believe that this should be a first line of defense. I mean,
Mhm.
this is my own bias, but of course, this is appropriate if you find yourself in a very abusive relationship or you feel like your own emotional bandwidth is limited, and that's the best you could do. Now, if I had guests on my shows, and even people who are, with like this one fellow who came on a couple times has a daughter who's really struggling emotionally, and I was trying to show him how to get closer to her experience. Again, back to the dialysis, right?
Mhm.
Get closer to their subjective experience. And people sometimes advocate, no, you need to push it away. Like you need to put up a shield against it. And my sense is if someone is projecting something onto you, and this is someone you love or you care about, or in this case, it's a boss and you need to hold on to your job, the question becomes for you, and only you can answer this is, can you contain some of that? In
Mhm.
other words, not push it away or shove it back on them, but contain it. So that if you have, let's just say a hypothetical situation, you have you want to contribute to the team, but the boss knows everything, right? And he shuts down your feedback. Can you figure out a way then, if you're containing this, instead of getting angry and feeling left out or wounded or slighted, can you figure out a way to help him hear your suggestions, if that makes sense?